Have you ever heard of Super Mario 128? It was the Mario 65 everyone was waiting for, with all the Mario picking up another Mario and throwing him off the edge gameplay you could imagine. Okay, it wasn't much more than a tech demo for the GameCube, demonstrating its capacity to render over 100 NPCs, all with unique behavior on screen, which isn't all that impressive now, but it was exciting after the N64, which could get away with, like, 6. Why am I telling you this? Well, because it's where Nintendo begins with the game. See, when Infinity Ward queues up a new Call of Duty Ghosts, they're thinking, okay, people want games with shooting and action, so let's crank one out with plenty of shooting and a whole schwack of action. Then they come up with the setting, story, and gameplay to bolster the game they're trying to make, which apparently was a space station. Its gameplay is driven by its design, and that's just fine. And if you like these kinds of games, then more power to you, homeboy. I do too. But Nintendo starts at the other end. They'll look at the console and ask what this square can do that all the other squares couldn't do. This square can render more than 10 polygons at once, so how about we pioneer true 3D gameplay and master on the first go? Fucking MBD. New bangin' diversion. And this square has a big, dumb iPad. So how about we give Link the big, dumb iPad? Look, it doesn't always work out, but it makes for games that feel unique to the hardware they're on. Nintendo makes games that are driven by hardware, where gameplay is modeled around the strengths of the console and design is driven by gameplay, instead of the other way around. They see how this new purple square can render over 100 NPCs on screen and wonder how this technology could shape a new experience. It's a recipe that makes for games that are kinda weird, but feel very organic. Enter Pikmin. Kinda weird, but very organic. Although, pesticides would help. Pikmin is a real-time strategy game on the GameCube where you play as Olimar, a frankly terrible astronaut who flies straight into this asteroid, destroying his ship and scattering exactly 30 of its components to the wind, which you'll find perfectly intact on the surface of the planet, even after being a little bit digested. Oh no! For some reason, they got really big when they landed. You won't be able to carry these yourself. Thankfully, you find some veggie boys who will pick up your garbage and follow you into battle without question, destroying local flora and fauna at your command without a second thought. It's some real scorched earth shit. These titular Pikmin come in 3 varieties. Red Pikmin are immune to fire and the most proficient in combat. Blue Pikmin are able to endure the most devastating challenge the game has to offer: water. And yellow Pikmin can be thrown really far and pick up bombs. They reside in these pod spaceship hybrids called onions, which is where you'll rally the troops every morning and return them each night. Numbered capsules and carcasses of foes slain can be returned to the onions to grow more Pikmin, and almost instantaneously at that. Yeah, this game only has 3 units. And yeah, this game's pretty simple. It's a big departure from the kind of RTS games you'll find on PC where precision is king. Unit selection is done with a whistle instead of your mouse, and just swarming enemies is a pretty viable strategy. But in this more basic, less rigid approach to RTS design, Pikmin develops a feeling of camaraderie between you and your army. On their own, they're weak as a single twig, but together form a whole bunch of twigs. And Pikmin are just as in control of themselves as you are in control of them. Sometimes they'll trip and fall behind from the group, or maybe they get distracted by something you walk past and walk over to it. They're not robots, well, I guess they're vegetables. Usually, when I play a game where your companion has a mind of its own, I just get annoyed. Like, come on, I'm trying to get up here. Could you throw me a bone? But in Pikmin, because it's usually just 1 out of a possible 100, it's not much of a hindrance, and it's actually kinda cute. Until you accidentally leave one behind, and But you don't know true pain until you fight an enemy on your doorstep and this paint splatter looking frog guy wipes out half your army. The bosses in this game don't fuck around. Be careful out there. Look, it'd be easier for me to talk about the things I don't like about this game. The distance spring is a bit of a difficulty spike. The default camera is like super zoomed in. The game is pretty short. I wish the puzzles weren't just bringing a specific kind of Pikmin to a specific location. And I just wish they pushed the concept a little further. Maybe the next one. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It's me, off-script cadfog, recording my favorite part of the video. Thank you so much for watching this 4-minute video about Pikmin, half of which wasn't even really about Pikmin. I do want to apologize that it's been so incredibly long since my last video, and all I have to show for it is 4 minutes. I was working on a handful of videos during that time, and I ended up just scrapping them instead of putting out something I wasn't happy with. So, while I know that my upload schedule doesn't necessarily deserve it, I would really appreciate a like or subscribe. It might sound ridiculous, but I'm like an Instagram girl. I live for the comments that you leave. There's a fucking shirtless guy doing like some manual labor shit out my window. I'm gonna go watch that instead of record this.